Tonight, how do you sell MasterChef and how does MasterChef sell you? As recently reported, this ratings juggernaut looks set to become our first $100 million program. It rakes in cash through ad sales, product placement and merchandising. 30 seconds of space in the ad breaks will set you back $70,000, almost twice the normal amount. But the real game for brands is getting into the program. 100 brands have so far forked out an estimated $40 million to be part of it all. 100 brands, that's a lot of products squeezing their way into every camera shot. Todd, surely all those placements cancel each other out.
No. Cooking shows are a very unique property, namely because they're all about consumption and buying and eating. So you're kind of naturally predisposed to see things within it that you're going to buy. But the other thing that's important to note here is that there's a difference. People process ads in an ad break differently than they process ads in a program. In an ad break, your alarm goes off that you're being advertised to and you start to get cynical and you start to understand it. In the program, that alarm doesn't actually go off.
There might be 100 brands in MasterChef, but there are sort of, if you like, firsts among equals, you know, because not all 100 brands are investing the same amount of money. So it is about longevity and it's about investment and it is about recency and actually it's about smashing people over the head.
It does smash you over the head. Like MasterChef, I reckon, is the only show I've ever watched where there are less commercial messages in the ad break than the show.
Exactly. Hey, but that's potentially a future. I mean, there's a lot of shows now that are being funded. You know, there's shows in America that are being funded and created by advertising agencies that have the ads built in, so they're skip-proof. Basically, it's, you know, you cannot skip the actual program in a script.
Ads in the middle of a show, that'll never catch on. Coles is the best-known MasterChef sponsor. A few weeks back, contestants were set the challenge of shopping at Coles and making a family meal. When one team got to the kitchen, this is what happened.
This is not good.
I looked down at the phyllo pastry and I realised that it's past its use by date. Obviously we can't use this for our dish, so we're going to have to come up with something new.
Oh no, and on the same day he went through puberty. Rowan, Coles reportedly paid $3 million to be the sponsor of this program. When something like that happens, wouldn't you think they'd have the right to edit it out?
Well, I bet they thought they had the right to edit it out, and I bet there were incredible panic meetings, conference calls, lawyers all over the place for the few days after that was filmed trying to get it out. Obviously, they didn't have the right to get it out, otherwise it would have gone. What's fascinating about it is that MasterChef obviously fought as well, tooth and nail, to keep it in. And you have to ask yourself, why did they want to upset Coles that much? And the answer must be that that gives them the integrity that they claimed right up front, that all this product placement would not destroy the MasterChef brand. Here's a classic example where they've said, we are not bowing to our sponsors. And that's a really interesting episode there.
Or they didn't notice until it was too late. You know, because it is true that the production company will try, and as you said, to keep the integrity of the show. And Coles is definitely not, or the sponsors are definitely not sitting around with the tape. Going, take that out, take that out.
But they've got Fremantle have got an integration officer who actually watches to make sure, so I don't think they didn't notice it, that things are integrated well. I mean, otherwise they risk killing the goose that lays the golden egg. As soon as it just becomes one big ad, we'll stop watching.
Phylogate that is a really important it's a really important symbol for the show. I mean, it really is, because it says we are a reality program and these things do happen for real. I mean, Coles has got something like 35,000 product lines. There will be some there where it may be past the use-by date.
Is that their point of difference? Woolworths are the fresh food people. But this is... A couple of weeks ago, teams had to come up with Qantas business class meals. An A380 was the subtle backdrop for the judging. The Qantas logo was shot more than 100 times. But here's the weird thing. Qantas is an in-show partner, while Virgin Blue appears to have done another deal to own the ad breaks. Russell, what's going on here? Is everyone a winner?
I believe that this is about Fremantle's done the deal with Qantas and Channel 10's done the deal with Virgin. So that's why you're in this situation. It is interesting, isn't it, just observing that, because part of being a sponsor, why you sponsor, yes, you want it to work for you, so it's working for Coles. I'm sure it's working for Qantas, but one of the reasons you sponsor is because you don't want your competitor to sponsor. So it's an investment in kicking them out.
We won't see an episode where they have to prepare a Virgin in-flight meal and bring out Pringles and a Coke.
But we might. I think what's different about this is that they allowed a spot buy. You know, and spot buys don't normally happen, which means you can just purchase an ad in a break that's not pre-planned, because most of these shows are pre-planned out, you know, in a period of time. But Virgin decided to spot buy, so they knew knew Qantas was going to be in that episode, and they decided to hijack it and spot buy within that. They did it 2 weeks out, which is rare.
And Jane, does that work because of the kind of brand that Virgin is?
Yes, I think it's very clever on the part of Virgin because they've always been the David and Qantas is the Goliath. And then here comes cheeky little Virgin, nimble and lean and quick and, flexible. And it seems to be doing a much better job for probably a lot less money. Good on you, Virgin.
Sorry, I zoned out when you said nimble, flexible Virgin. Sorry.